Hey everyone, welcome back. This is your weekly lab walkthrough. This lab is on periodic table trends. And so our objectives say we're going to be using table S to determine the atomic radius and electronegativity values for the first 20 elements. We're going to graph those two values against atomic number and then be able to determine trends that occur across periods and down groups. So you have some background information that gives you some info on what atomic radius is, what electronegativity value is, what groups are, what periods are, and other useful stuff. So then there's this first checklist of things that you need to do. So our first object is in table 1, atomic radius for the first 20 elements. Use table S to fill in the table. So you have atomic number and you have to fill in everything else. You will need the help of table S, which again looks like this. So you will use table S to help you yourself fill that out. And so for example, atomic number 1 is hydrogen with the element symbol H, and the radius for hydrogen is 32. So you write that down and you go through that for the other 20 elements, or other 19 rather. Our next step is to use this information to graph it. When we graph it, we're going to label each point with the element symbol, and on your lab, the first one will be done for you. And then there are some questions that you'll answer based on your graph. So once all of this data table is full, for again, table 1, you will go to graph 1, which will be on the second page of this lab. So there are 2 paper pages that you will need to be working with in this lab. So this is how you'll get it. You'll get it with the axes already filled out, both the y-axis and the x-axis. Your job is to graph the atomic number versus the atomic radius. So we had learned from table S that hydrogen has an atomic radius of 32, which is about right there. So we'll make our dot and we'll label that as H. You'll do the same for the next 19 elements, and you will draw a line to connect all of them together. So just FYI, each box is equal to 4 units. So that's how we were able to fit everything in. So once you graph all 19 other data points, you'll get this cool looking curve, and you'll have some questions on it. Just to point out for this question, what happens when you go from L, I, N, A, and K directly? So when you label all of your things, what's it called? Lithium will be somewhere over here, sodium will be somewhere over here, and K will be somewhere over here. Your job is to look at this one, directly to this one, directly to that one. So that is what that is talking about, not what's in between, just LA to NA to K. Once that's done, it's on to electronegativity. So we're going to do the same thing using table S to find all that information. Again, we'll walk through the first one together right here. Again, element 1 is our hydrogen, which is H. According to table S, our electronegativity value is 2.2. We add that in. And again, your job is to fill in the other ones. Now you do have this chart here, but it says after both graphs and other questions are done, so we'll come back to that. Then we go to our second graph, which is graph 2, atomic number and electronegativity. And again, the axes will be pre-labeled for you, and your job will be to graph the 19 data points. And so if we're looking at what we had before, H had that 2.2, and I'm telling you each box is 0.1. So H will be right there, our dot, our letter. Again, the 19 other dots is up to you, and you will connect them with a line. Same thing as the other question, when you go from BE to MG to K directly, don't look at what's in between them, just go from those 3 individual spots and look overall what is going on between them. So once all of those questions and graphs are done, you will be very easily be able to fill in this little chart. So note, it asks for ionization energy. We did not graph that, but it follows the same trend as electronegativity, and all those values are also on table S. So this is, by the end of the lab, what you should be able to uh, fill out using all of your information. That's pretty much it. It does have a little bit of length to it, but that is why it is a 2 lab lab. On that note, that is it. Have a wonderful day.